What we've seen across the United States over the past year or two, and that is an increased number of shootings in both red states and blue states. Shannon, we've seen an increased number of shootings in states with easy gun laws as well as states with very strict gun laws. I think that the state in which the largest number of victims have occurred this year is in California, where they have very tough gun laws, where 11 people died. And so one thing that we can observe very easily, and that is there has been a dramatic increase in the amount of anger and violence that's taking place in America. And what Texas is doing in a big time way, we are working to address that anger and violence by going to its root cause, which is addressing the mental health problems behind it.
Okay, before we turn to mental health, I can say first off, as a Californian, like hell, I'm gonna let Abbott get away with trying to throw California under the bus. Because, even if the greatest number of people in any kind of mass shooting occurred this year in California, the reality is California has the most people. So of course, they're gonna have instances that are higher in number than in other states. But I'm sure when we look at per capita, it's a whole different ballpark. And the thing is I'm not the only one out here repping for California. Gavin Newsom is too, our governor. Yeah, because he wasn't going to let that whole misinformation slide that Abbott pushed. California governor took to Twitter with the facts. He posted this. Conveniently, in terms of Greg Abbott's little on-air clip there, conveniently leaves out the fact that Texas's gun death rate is 73% higher than California's. That's right, don't take the numbers, let's look at the percentages. Accidentally points to exactly why we need federal gun safety laws. That's exactly what Abbott did in pointing out the fact that there are mass shootings that are going on across our country. And the thing is that it's these assault style rifles, because when they were banned, we didn't have numbers like this. And of course, we're seeing it pop up every time there is a big body count. And it seems like it's every other weekend, if not every other day. Anyway, to the mental health issue. Well, Abbott has been blaming mental health rather than assault style weapons, of course, for some time now. And it's confirmed by this headline, which is almost an exact year old as far as I'm concerned. Check this out. Yeah, Governor Abbott attributes mass shootings to mental health issues a month after cutting $211 million from the Mental Health Commission. This headline came out immediately after Uvalde in May of 2022. Yes, so Abbott's been pointing to mental health for some time now, but he's the one who cut the budget. Gosh, you would think that he would want to invest in mental health, especially if he knows that it's for some reason the cause of all the guns. But of course, well, there's still other lawmakers there in Texas that don't want anything to change. Oh no, no thoughts, no prayers, nothing. What they really want is more guns. Yeah, just listen to State Representative Pat Fallon of the 4th District.
All the time, and it's a great place. One thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make it a point when they reopen the premium outlets in Allen, I'm gonna go back, because we can't let evil win. We have to go on and live our lives, and we have to live them smartly, but also courageously, and respect law enforcement. And unfortunately, as Tom Holman said, tomorrow, on Monday, somebody's gonna make this political, and they're gonna try to take away our constitutional rights. And that's not the way to go here, because we are safer as Americans with more firearms in law-abiding citizens' hands.
That's kind of interesting, because it's kind of like that there aren't citizens out there who aren't law-abiding. Or also, if you have a law-abiding citizen with an assault-style rifle, isn't there a chance they could suddenly become not law-abiding? Like, get out of here with this thought that we need more guns. And also, this push away from politicizing as opposed to actually addressing the issues, it is so incredibly played out, yet the Republicans will keep that beat like nobody's business. Jackson, I saw you shaking your head as that member of legislature there in Texas was spewing the nonsense.
Yeah, because it's like, the next thing you know, they're gonna want to make mass deaths and people running up in schools, shooting and murdering children political. That's not political, but a transgender campaign with Bud Light is. You're griping week after week, day after day about the fact that Bud Light did a branding campaign. Like, they don't do that constantly with all kinds of different people for the simple purpose to make money. That is not political. If anything, it's cultural. But then you shift over here, people are literally running up, shooting people, killing people, old people, children. Like, this isn't normal. But now in America, it is normal. And at the end of the day, whether it was that guy or Greg Abbott, essentially all they're saying over and over again is, let's just do nothing. Let's just do absolutely nothing whatsoever, because there's no perfect solution. Therefore, we shouldn't try anything at all. Just more guns, more death. It's really difficult to see, like, where is this really going? Because there's nothing. Are we really going to do nothing about this? Is week after week going to pass? More mass shootings going to happen? Is 5 years going to go by and still nothing's going to get passed? Like, how is the public really going to respond to this? Because I really don't think people are just going to keep sitting back twiddling their thumbs forever when people like him go on and just say, oh, well, that's not political, but Bud Light trans campaigns, that's political. These people are children and you can't take them seriously.
It's funny you say that, because I would actually think children would be more logical in this situation, as opposed to these legislature and also the constituents who are out there uplifting the Republican narrative. It's like, get out of here. Again, the hypocrisy is glaring and it's in your face. Are you going to tell me that you need an assault style rifle? Sure, go ahead. I actually do not think people need to have guns at all. I get the whole militia thing, Second Amendment. I know it's been bastardized to this point, but at the same time, you don't need an assault style rifle. You can have a handgun. And shotgun. That would be fine. Thank you. Like, you do not need something that is meant for war. And it's funny because it's just like, I don't understand how people will defend this. And especially when you've seen other countries that initially modeled their constitution after us, initially having that Second Amendment in there, hitting a point where they're like, no, this is absolute nonsense. We getting rid of this. Like, there is a reason that they got rid of it. Because having a Second Amendment there that guarantees people to act like they're little members of G.I. Joe is not safe for any kind of advanced society. Any last thoughts, Jackson?
I mean, you closed it out perfectly. It's just not safe. And more cancer doesn't cure cancer. It's really not complicated. It's not. It's just corruption.